Welcome back to the Lunch Making Old Talk Delicious. Jarrell here with you, Lisa Marie. And now we have Dwayne Cabrera. Hi, Dwayne.
Hi.
And you are part of what organization?
Alias Entertainment Expo.
Alias Entertainment Expo. Tell us, what is Alias Entertainment Expo?
Well, Alias...
Yeah, before we go to the random person here. I think we need to hear this part first, right?
Okay. Alias Entertainment Expo is a pop culture convention focusing on video games, anime, comic books, and of course cosplay. That was started, or at least we had our first convention in July of last year.
Cosplay now.
Cosplay.
Yes, cosplay.
Yeah. Which is broken down to literally costume play. Now,
I'm fascinated by this.
Right, okay. I recently realized that there's a huge audience. Yeah, the numbers are growing with each year. People who are really, and I'm going to use the word obsessed because they are obsessed with anime, obsessed with video games, obsessed with, cartoons, right? And you'll have the debate between Superman and Batman and whatnot, and there. And then you say, sorry, this is exasperating. But then it goes a step further where people want to become the characters. Do you call them cartoons? Do you get offended when people call them cartoons?
It depends. Recently, some individuals were quite disappointed that Korra from Legend of Korra was included as an...
What are you talking about? Legend of Korra.
From who?
Avatar. Yes. Yeah.
Avatar. We know Avatar.
I know the movie Avatar.
Yeah, I know the movie
Is
Avatar.
that the same thing? I forgot the same thing.
Not the ones with the blue people.
Right.
Okay, so in cosplay for us here today is Natalia Henry. Hi, Natalia.
Hi.
And you've been doing cosplay for how long?
Since 2002, so give or take 12 years.
Okay, explain to me, where do you do the cosplay? Like you get dressed in the cartoon character, in the characters. You get dressed and you become the. Where do you perform?
We mostly perform at conventions. It's not only anime conventions. I've been to a few gaming conventions and get-togethers as well. And recently, we've been branching out to doing photo shoots, which now in itself, cosplay is considered as an art form.
Right.
So once we make our costumes.
She did say make. They make these costumes.
How long does it take for you to make these costumes?
Making really depends on how detailed, and how difficult the character actually is.
Right.
Like, for instance, this is Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail. It's an anime.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Carry on. Yes.
This one took about 2 months and a half to make.
Wow.
Yes.
And you were telling me off air that there's a competition behind the whole thing. You can do it, competitively.
Yes, there are a good few competitions locally. It's a fair few.
Why have I never heard of this? Ever.
It's an up and coming thing. It's still building up.
I know it's in Japan. I know it happens in Japan, but I didn't know it was this big. Like, it's growing and growing really fast in Trinidad and
So
Tobago.
how many people would you say take part of the cosplay?
Give or take like about between 30 to 40 people dependent. Right now, I think the maximum is about 35.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to, part of the judging criteria is?
We have accuracy, the creativity.
Right.
And also,
Sorry.
Touch it.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
If I may,
Craftsmanship, and it is amazing. Go ahead.
The criteria for judging is usually the craftsmanship, as she said, the performance, because they get 2 minutes to perform as their character on stage, and the accuracy of the costume to the reference photos that they submit.
Performance.
No, wait. Before we go to that part, and can you give us a little performance? Not no, but yes or no?
I think it's basically
We can move the chair.
Okay, we'll deal with that after. It's interesting because a lot of people don't know about it. And what she was telling me offset also is that people just used to gather at these conventions and no one really dressed like the characters. Now again, this is huge internationally where people, and I was telling them people do cosplay in their normal day, in their normal everyday doing. You go into the shop, you just go in. Imagine you go into Macy's and this lady is behind you buying bread. Like people do it as they go to work in these costumes.
Like just take out my phone and take a selfie. Like, hey,
do you see yourself going that far?
Actually, I have.
You've gone to school and
I went to work with it once for an event at the school, and then there's the times when we are actually at the conventions. We would leave the conventions
to go somewhere.
Yeah, we've gone through the malls. Trin City Mall patrons have watched us. Kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah, and I've seen that lately. There's been a few who've been, walking around the street. I've seen for those who know Naruto, Akatsuki.
Yes, I know Naruto.
I've seen Akatsuki members walking around, and I'm like,
I was up. Okay. Yeah.
You just see them walking around. You're just minding your own business. Like, oh, there's an Akatsuki guy.
and you just go along with this.
Yeah, well, for me it's normal. But of course you'd still get your real odd looks.
Yes. Yeah. Tell us about the magazine and the organization that kind of house all these things together.
Before I tell you about the magazine, I just want to present you with your copies. Yes.
Thanks.
And dog tags from our last Expo. So the magazine...
Focus.
the magazine was started in 2012. It's a pop culture magazine, basically a literary version of the Expo. It covers pretty much the same things: anime, manga, cosplay, gaming, movies, and it's local and regional. We've expanded to the region.
Right.
It has a heavy slant towards cosplay, of course.
Right.
And it's doing pretty nicely. What you have in your hands are the second golden issues that we've made. The golden, yes.
This front page cover is a Trinidadian dress.
Yes, that is Pantaruna, dressed as the Mona from Gargoyles.
Because I was so close to thinking it was something, like a graphic design, but
there is some editing going on there.
Yes, yeah.
But
So
it's pretty much her.
I'm seeing that you have makeup.
Yes, we have makeup
Do you all
tutorials in the magazine as
have
well.
people who do the makeup for you here in Trinidad?
Yeah. There are special effects makeup artists in Trinidad.
Yes.
One did a tutorial, no, not a tutorial, a workshop at our expo. So we have opportunities for people to learn new skills at the expos as well.
What are the figures, like the numbers of persons attending these expos?
Well, to be honest, our expo was limited to the capacity of the hall that we rented.
He said was limited.
Yes, it was limited.
Have cosplayers outside just...
Which was how many?
We had somewhere between 800 to 1,000 people.
What? And costumes and stuff?
Well, many came in costumes, many didn't. As she pointed out, the number of competitors at our competition, the Caribbean Cosplay Championship, was...
Caribbean Cosplay Championship.
Yes.
Did you know that existed?
We operating on a regional level here. There were foreign competitors. A young lady from Jamaica flew in to compete in our competition. She was also in our street parade that launched the expo.
Yes.
But
Lisa, I don't know if you remember, you knew anything about that. There was a street parade on Frederick Street last year.
No.
These were the guys responsible. So there were people in costumes just parading through the streets of Frederick Street.
From Napa to Central Bank Auditorium.
Yeah. In the middle of nothing. Go ahead.
The championship had about 30 to 40 competitors, and apart from the competition, we had a masquerade that would allow people who just came in cosplay to go on stage and parade their stuff. That had almost 100 people across the stage in cosplay. Whoa. In some of the photos from the event, you would see we did a group shot on stage with a lot of them.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's most or all, I should say. all on stage. It was
and this isn't limited to a certain time of year. This happens throughout the year.
Oh, yes, it does. It happens throughout the year. There are conventions of various sizes being put on by a number of different people throughout the year. With, of course, different focuses.
Why do it though? And I think that's the question people who, you know.
Yes, like, is it that you've always liked this at a young age? How were you introduced to it?
For me,
right.
Well, first of all, it's fun. I'm telling you, granted that it's a lot of work, it is fun to just let go of your everyday life and get into a character, somebody else, you know, who's, you know, strong and powerful. That, you know,
most times these characters are not at all human.
Well, that's true.
Right.
And let's see, what's what?
Why?
Oh, why? Because I said it's fun. I like that. In all honesty,
have you all been criticized at all for being too childish? Because people think, you know, cartoons are for children, and now I'm using the word cartoons because that is how some people would view it as. And to go as far as to want to become a cartoon, because you are an adult. I mean, you look like a little girl now, but you are an adult. Like, you have a job. She's just a grown woman, you know. That is a grown woman. I wouldn't sell out your age on TV, but yeah, but
I have kids.
What?
Yeah.
How do your children react to this?
Oh, they have a ball with it. I had to actually bat off my littlest one from grabbing at my wings and putting it on.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more on the lunchroom. This is getting more and more interesting. She just said she get me vexed. We'll be right back after this on the lunchroom. To making Old Talk delicious, Lisa Marie and myself, Jarrell Forbes. We are here in studio at STV Connect, and we are with Dwayne Cabrera and Natalia Henry. The topic right now is cosplay and in Trinidad and Tobago.
If you had to pick a character, who would it be?
I don't know.
I know.
I don't.
Who I would be.
Who would you be?
I don't know her name, but the girl from X-Men who's blue and
Mystique?
yes.
Why Mystique?
I could be
he's
her.
just gonna go through the magazine and pull up.
Nah,
Mystique.
I look at her than that. I want the full Mystique suit. She is awesome.
Oh yeah, there's Mystique in the magazine.
Yeah.
How can you access the magazine? Where do you get a copy
we
of the
have
magazine?
a Facebook page for the magazine. It's predominantly an online magazine that is free of access, and we try to do at least one printed copy per year. That's our golden issues.
Right.
And the golden issue, you would have to contact myself or Miss Josette James to get a copy, and we'll come and deliver it to you most likely.
That's exactly deliver it to you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just here waiting for you to call me so that I can deliver the magazine.
Well,
all right.
that level of customer service is sometimes appreciated.
That's too sweet. Okay. People will say that this can be connected back to Carnival. Are you in any way? Do you take part in Carnival?
I don't.
Do you like Carnival?
Honestly, I don't. I don't know, it's just me. The thing is that over the years, when I was growing up, I got at least a little taste of how the older way of Carnival was portrayed, but now it's a big bikini beads fest, and I really don't like that. You're not portraying a character anymore. You're just in your underwear on the street.
Right.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that.
And you made costumes, like you made this one and you've made other costumes.
In total, for the past 12 years, I have done 18 for myself, and at least double that amount for orders and those who are also in my group.
Right.
Yeah. I have also a group that does events and so forth.
Okay.
On a smaller scale.
Yes.
Yes. We're Access Power.
Right.
And this actually is the first costume I've done in the last 3 years.
But you can see how it connects back to Carnival.
Yes.
Because I can see King and Queen, you should be getting your hand in Carnival Kings and Queens costume. Like,
actually, I was taught how to do a lot of the wire bending in this by someone who is in Carnival.
Right.
And so, but as I say, a lot of the Carnival aspects from research and so forth does fall heavily into cosplay, and I believe that some of the techniques that have been lost over the time, because I'm seeing that wire bending it's really suffering.
Yes. It's a craft in Trinidad that is, slowly disappearing.
It is, and it's a sad thing because that's a skill that shouldn't die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they use it to make wire bras, but I don't think that's necessarily.
Yeah. But I mean, considering, like, as I said, this is, granted it's huge.
Yes.
It's actually pretty light.
I was going to ask you that, if this was heavy to the back.
It's like a frontline backpack.
I can't deal with those backpacks. I am sorry. I'm ready to pitch it off.
But do you see yourself at all, or maybe the organization getting into Carnival and, having a band, a cosplay band maybe?
If the people desire it enough and
but now you're just not interested in that.
Agrees, then but right now probably not. It's not just the making of the costumes, it's the logistics associated with it, and it's an industry that we don't have a foot in right now, so it will be a huge learning curve. And I don't know if we want to tackle that. We do have day jobs, etc., etc.
What about Halloween? Because you have the opportunity to wear costumes on Halloween, and it has been becoming like bigger and bigger in Trinidad and Tobago. So have you all taken part in anything for Halloween?
The very first time that we were involved in anything Halloween was actually when Hallowfest was still going on.
Right.
Yeah, that was the only time. The next closest thing would have been, the first Alias costume parties. They were around Halloween. And, some of our group's events also is around the Halloween time.
Right.
Yeah, so it is actually, since Halloween is now a budding thing in Trinidad as well, it is also...
It gives an opportunity for you all to display your costumes.
Yeah.
I know we have a few minutes again, and that performance you promised us, can we get it?
We need to move it. Wait, we move it.
Let me get that sword. Okay, this is yours. Yes. And I'm going to take this aside.
Just a minute.
Yeah, we should move.
Let me move from here.
All right, so you're ready to go? So you just look directly at the camera and go. Oh, I'm scared. Go. Yes, I can understand. Because space is limited, and of course, but for the competitions, you have to do like monologues and try to capture as much as possible the character.
Yeah, there's actually a video of my performance on stage. I was all over.
Right.
Yes, I could jump and twirl and all sorts of things in this.
So you jump and twirl and all sorts of things.
Yes.
Like what?
Okay. All right. Okay. Hopefully we can get a costume for Lisa Marie. She's
I'll gladly put you in a cosplay. You have excellent figure for it.
Oh, she has excellent figure for it. Thanks. All right. Okay. So, why is Dwayne out of the? Dwayne, you can come back in. You can come in. Oh, he doesn't want to. The wings are taken away. All right. Of course. Give the information again for persons who are interested in getting into contact with the magazine, or probably interested in having their costumes made.
For contacts to any of our many Facebook pages, you can look for Alias Magazine, Shop Alias, Alias Entertainment Expo, and there's a quick plug for our convention this year. Mm-hmm. It's on the 22nd of August in the Center of Excellence Swimming Complex. Yes. AEX Summer Splash. It's going to be a big pool party kind of atmosphere.
Yeah. It's a good party.
With cosplay.
It's just getting one more.
So you're walking around with costume. Okay.
All right, we're going to get ready. We're going to take a break. Thank you.
We could get a costume in a bikini.
Yeah. Of course you can. Why not? No, like for this carnival, why not? We've been decorating bikinis, for a while now. All right, this is the Lunchroom on STV Connect. Joel and Lisa Marie, thank you very much for introducing us or giving us an insight of cosplay in Trinidad and Tobago. When we come back, we're going to be having lunch. Don't go anywhere.